Hi, and welcome to week 5 of EDUC 539, Scientifically Based Reading Instruction. This week, we are going to continue with methods and materials for literacy instruction. And in week 5, we're getting into more comprehension and written language development, where week 4 we were into those emergent literacy methods and materials. Now we're moving on to comprehension and written language. So during this week, you're going to see a few different things that revolve around those areas. And the idea that I really want to make sure is clear here is that reading and writing are a reciprocal process. And being a writer, you can find out so much about how they're a reader. And as a reader, you should be able to find out how they're a writer. Oftentimes, we will see a discrepancy between how a student is reading and writing. And it's really important that we see where that child might have some needs and use either reading or writing to help boost that area. Most typically, what I see is that students who sometimes are very strong readers are not very strong writers. So what I try to think about is however they're reading, kind of books, their understandings should be where their writing is at. So during this week, I'll click on here, we have the reading. The objectives of this week are to create a lesson using a wide range of engaging texts, analyze and select appropriate explicit instruction and guided practice to teach written language structures, describe and create the literacy framework necessary to organize reading programs and implement lessons, design purposeful lessons and tasks. So there are no textbook readings. However, I want you to continue to peruse and check out the continuum of literacy learning, especially within the comprehension pieces about where students should be within, beyond, and about the text. And then also in the writing about reading portion of the continuum are great areas for you to kind of keep digging into and seeing where students should be at depending on the continuum. You have the National Reading Panel report that you'll be reading, and these are the different areas that I'd like you to look at: guided oral reading, independent silent reading, comprehension, vocabulary instruction, and teacher preparation, and comprehension strategies instruction. Then there's a few websites that I'd like you to check out. The Book Adventurer is a great website that gives you many different choices of books and helps you kind of identify what levels they would be at. There's a few videos to watch. An Integrity Session. It's not Integrity Session, though, as we don't have a video for it, but there's a PDF file that contains all that information under the main part of the course, under the section week 5 part. So I go back there, I'll show you where that is. This here, right here, this PDF will be that PowerPoint for you. Your assessment this week is a grade level plan write-up and then thinking about differentiation. So with this first part of the assignment, you're going to be creating a grade level plan. How would you address teaching literacy within a 5th grade classroom for a term? So you're going to, how are you going to provide that reading instruction? There's a couple websites that you can use to help compile a list of engaging texts, and then use the writing rubric as your guide as far as content and including information about resources that you might have used other than what is in the class and within the class on these types of papers. The estimated length is 3 to 6 pages long, but that really is just a guide. If you include all the information within these assignments, then the length of the paper doesn't really matter as long as all the information that is required is in there. So then after you finish the kind of what that grade level plan is, I'd like to see how you would create a theme unit, and you can use Bookfinder as a guide to create a differentiated option for students either reading well above grade level at an 8th grade level, and then 2 struggling readers who are reading at a 2nd and a 4th grade level. You can choose a specific theme. Bookfinder has quite a few different themes, or if you have one in mind that you've already kind of dipped your fingers into before and want to try out building that again, it's fine. But just make sure that it's, something that you can actually create the unit to address those different levels, including the grade level, 5th grade level. So one other thing that I just want to make sure that in these book lists that you are really thinking about genres and cultures other than just one single genre. Make sure that you're choosing a variety of genres and also addressing the different cultural needs that you might be seeing within a classroom. So, and maybe it's not where your current classroom is, but where an urban classroom, a suburban or rural, wherever you want to think about, that you really think about addressing those cultural texts for those students. That is week 5. I hope you guys have a great week, and we will talk to you next time.